Hi, I'm Jason Rivera, and I'm a results leader.
You're listening to ResultsLeader.fm. Being a thought leader is easy. Getting results is hard. This show is for the results leader who lives and dies by their results. Here is your host and Chief Results Leader, Jonathan Rivera.
You are listening to ResultsLeader.fm. Welcome back to another edition. So glad you are here, boys and girls. And I've got a treat for you today. We're usually talking to seasoned business owners out there who are getting results for their clients. But I decided to switch it up today. Decided to bring you a smaller startup. Now, I connected with this guy on IG, and I really like his message. It's simple. Live life every day. I believe in that message. That message is the reason why I'm sitting here speaking with you today. The reason why we have a son, the reason why I'm married, the reason I have the life that I have today. And so when I saw his message, I connected with him and I started doing some research, and I like what the guy is doing. So I invited him on the show to have a little bit of time with us. His name is Jason Rivera. The company is Live Life Every Day. Let's jump in. Jason, welcome to the show, brother. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, I call everybody brother, and some people are going to think we have the same name, that you might be my brother, but so I want to make it clear. We're not related, but we both have the same name. And you want to hear something really weird, Jason?
Go ahead, yeah.
My brother's name is Jason.
Oh, man. I know, listen, it's a very common last name, and I know there are lots of other Jason Riveras out there. So that's another good thing. If you Google me, you may not, some of them aren't necessarily good people either. There's some crazy things out there. So don't necessarily assume it's me or your brother.
That's right. That's right. Well, welcome to the show. Let's jump into the questions. And the first one is an easy one. We want to give a win to our listeners, something that they can go out and do. So what book have you given most as a gift?
I'd say, actually, have it sitting over here. There is, it's What on Earth Am I Here For? I like that one. It was a good, it's just, you're supposed to read it and kind of help you figure out what is your purpose in life. And that's kind of, I'm sure as we'll get more into, that's what I'm all about, doing what makes you happy.
All right. It's story time, Jason. Can you tell me a story of how an apparent failure set you up for later success?
Absolutely. In the beginning, I've always been one of those kind of people that's just do everything on my own. So, I have t-shirts, that's part of the brand. And when stuff started to get more expensive to have things printed, I was like, all right, I'll do it on my own. So, I spent a lot of money on equipment. I was going to turn my parents' basement into a screen printing workshop. And, I had big goals and aspirations. And what you learn is it takes a lot more time and effort. That's why you have professionals. And so that kind of was, that put me in a little bit of a hole, a little bit of financial hole that I had to climb out of. And I also learned to appreciate the screen printers and the professionals out there. So sometimes you have to learn the hard way,
So what did you think you were saving by buying that equipment and doing it yourself?
I thought I was going to save money in the long term, and it would just be easier to be able to print things maybe faster, not have to deal with minimums, because usually when you deal with screen printers, you have a certain minimum. So I just thought it was going to make the process a whole lot easier, but it's too much. It's too much, and it would take too much focus away from me actually trying to grow the business. So lesson learned.
Powerful. Well, you're talking about that investment. What I'd like to know is, let's flip that around. What is the most worthwhile investment you have ever made?
I'd say, if we want to go simply, just the $50 it took to found the actual business. Whenever people ask me for advice, the biggest, best, most important thing I can say is just do it. Like, kind of like Nike, it's a famous tagline for a reason, but honestly, it's all about taking that first step. Everybody has ideas. Until you actually do something with it, it doesn't mean anything. Everyone has met somebody who's like, I got a great idea for this, and I've always wanted to do this. And the thing is, just do it. Like, you can try and prep all you want. It's never going to be the right time. So to me, it's not about cost. The best investment I ever did was just actually starting it and learning as I go.
Did you ask anybody if the idea had legs, or did you really just do it?
Yeah, I would talk to my parents. So I started when I was 22 years old. I had just graduated from college a couple months before that. It was 2009. And that was kind of the heart of the last real big, economic recession, if you can call it that. And so I was trying to come up with a business idea. So I was throwing around a lot of ideas. So I talked to my parents about it, and they were all for it. I have to give it to them. They've been very supportive of me throughout the whole process. So,
are your parents workers or entrepreneurs?
My mom was a nurse, and my dad actually, he's not currently, but he did have a couple businesses. One was a photography business. So I guess you can say it is in the blood. And I think some of my uncles have, started little side businesses. So
let's think back over the last 5 years. What new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
Let's say just trying to figure, it kind of goes back to the story that I said, was to realize that I can't do it all on myself, like by myself. I've really tried to get better about that. I'm still trying to get better about that, but just kind of coming to the realization that if I really want to grow this on a big, huge scale, global scale, I can't do it on my own.
What are some bad recommendations you hear out there when we're talking about starting a business?
I'd say, and one that directly correlates to me is maybe sometimes people say if it doesn't lead to anything within 6 months or to a year, sometimes people put a timeline on that. You should just give up and try something else. And I guess it depends on what your idea is and why you're trying to start a business, right? I mean, if I listened to that, I would have quit a long time ago. So that's probably the worst one, is just kind of just giving up before you should. Like there's that whole idea out there, like you always give up like right before you should, like right before something big happens. So
right before you strike that gold, just right before. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for a public service announcement. We're going to get right back into this show, but I wanted to ask you a question. If you have been listening to the show for any amount of time and you've picked up even one single tip, then I need your help. Get the word out. Tell people about resultsleader.fm. Share it on social media. Share it on your email. Share it anywhere. Hashtag resultsleaderfm. Now let's jump back into the interview. Let's talk about results. That's the name of the show, Results Leader. So, Jason, why do results matter?
Results matter because they give you a sense of progress and they give you a sense of success and let you know that you are doing the right thing.
All right, we're going to cue the harp music and go down memory lane one more time. In the last 5 years, what new realization has helped you get better results for your community?
Just being more active. I've tried to, it goes to, luckily, the business that I have is trying to improve not just the community, but the world itself. So the more I focus on working on my business, the beauty of it is that I am positively impacting the community and the country and the world. So I'm trying to stay more and more focused and figure out more ways, be more active on social media, just being, and what I like to do on social media too is just talk to random people and just say nice things like, hey, have a great day. Random acts of kindness type thing. And it's doing something great. And also at the same time, it's getting my name out there, the brand's name out there. So that, again, it's the beauty of what I'm trying to do is every day that I'm working on it is doing something positive.
What area of your business would you like better results?
Exposure. I think that's probably my biggest issue. I know that what I'm doing is a good thing. And I've talked to plenty of people that have met me and have seen the business. They love the idea and I know that it works. And, as we were talking about, it has inspired many people. It's just one of those things. More people need to see it. The more people that see it, the bigger it'll grow. So definitely exposure is a big issue.
What results are you most proud of?
All the people that I've inspired so far. It's not about the money. The money is a kind of a side benefit that will hopefully come with what I'm doing. But it's all about changing the world and inspiring people to do what makes them happy.
Let's dig a little bit deeper into that because you've talked about it quite a bit. Inspiring people, uplifting people, elevating people. And so what is your brand mission? What is the brand, right? Because we haven't mentioned it. It's Live Life Every Day. But what's the philosophy behind it?
So the mission of Live Life Every Day is to inspire the world to never take life for granted and to take advantage of every opportunity that life throws at you. Quite simply, just do what makes you happy, in shorter words.
Okay. Any parting thoughts you want to share with the results leaders out there who are listening?
Just if you have any kind of idea out there, just do it. Just stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for whatever it is you're doing to be perfect. There's always going to be stuff that you never planned for. There's always going to be experiences that you can only learn from by doing. If you have an idea, just start implementing it and you will learn along the way. And that's how you will gain your success.
Where can people go to learn more about you, about the brand, about what you're doing?
LiveLifeEveryday.com. Very easy to remember and go to is the website. There's also an inspirational blog on there that I write. And if you're a social media person, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Both Facebook and Instagram is at Live Life Every Day. And Twitter was a little bit too long for Twitter, so it's Live Life Every Day, but every is EVRY day. Yeah, it was like one letter too long for Twitter. So.
All right, cool. So we have been speaking with Jason Rivera from Live Life Every Day. He's out there inspiring people, and I hope that he has inspired you to do it now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Jason, for being here. And that is a wrap for another edition of ResultsLeader.fm. If you are out there getting results for your clients and you want to be featured on the show, go to ResultsLeader.fm now and apply to be on the show. And if you love what you're hearing, share the show, give us a rating and review, do anything to help us get the message out there. Thought leadership is easy, but results leadership is hard. We'll catch you on the next one.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.